as an individual. I find him to be very personable, and I'm sure that he has an interest in seeing that West Indies cricket develops. But we are at a junction now where we need someone who can lead us in West Indies cricket through this particularly challenging period. And what we are having is just a continuation of rifts and divisions and confusion. I mean, it has become an embarrassment to the entire region.
All right, Dr. Ralph Gonsalves, Prime Minister of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, speaking on the SportsMax zone on Monday, saying that he's not at all pleased with the leadership of the WICB, in particular the President Dave Cameron, and that he should go either by resigning or he should be voted out at the next election on March 7. Joining us now is Emmanuel Nanthan, who is Vice President of the WICB. Mr. Nanthan, thanks for being with us. You seem to think that Mr. Gonsalves is being somewhat unfair.
Thank you very much for having me. Good afternoon to you. Let me say that Mr. Gonsalves is somebody who I have known for many years. We have been together on the political battle for more than 2 decades in St. Vincent and Dominica. We have traveled the world together, including places go far back with Comrade Rosie Douglas and Tim Hector out of Antigua. We have traveled and dined to Ethiopia, to most of Africa. We have visited and sat with Comrade Muammar Gaddafi on many occasions. We have been on the same side very often on many occasions. But this time, I believe my friend and comrade Ralph Gonsalves is wrong. He is very wrong in what he's saying. I have been in cricket for a number of years, not because I really and truly want to be out there, but because I'm passionate about cricket. The thing that we do, that cricket does for us in the Caribbean, is tremendous. And I believe that what Dave Cameron has done as the leader of the Caribbean cricket world, the Caribbean civilization, as Ralph Gonsalves would often call it, has been remarkable. In the 2 years that Dave Cameron served as president of West Indies cricket, he ensured that he put 90-something players out on retainer to work to develop the cricket game all around the Caribbean. As a matter of fact, not too long ago, about 2 weeks ago, my comrade and friend Ralph Gonsalves called me in Dominica, and he said, "Comrade, let me tell you, I'm sending 5 of my men down to Dominica, and I want you to take care of them for me. Because if they don't get a job here and do well in Dominica on the franchise, then they have to come back to St. Vincent, and I have to find something for them to do." So I have seen Dave Cameron putting in 90 players, 90 young men around the Caribbean on franchise to train to work. We have increased the round of matches in the professional league to 2 rounds, so that our players can go out there and play more often, play better cricket, play longer cricket, to improve their skills. We can get from where we were to where we want to go overnight. So as such, I believe that Prime Minister Gonsalves, the comrade from St. Vincent, has to realize that it cannot be done by a flick of a finger. If he goes around the villages and communities in St. Vincent, he will see that there are lots of deficiencies in cricket in St. Vincent as they are in Dominica or Jamaica or Trinidad or Guyana and everywhere around the Caribbean. So really and truly, Comrade Ralph Gonsalves need to look at the program that is taking place, the program that we are instituting to move the game forward. His contention,
his contention, however, is not that those things are not being done, but they were almost fatally undermined by the withdrawal of the West Indies team to the tour of India, and he felt that it was directly as a result of Dave Cameron's handling of the affair and his seeming autocratic style in dealing with the Indian Cricket Board that has led now to that board suing the WICB for 42 million US and of course for ultimately that tour not going ahead, suggesting that it needed a greater type of statesman to be leading the West Indies board rather than Dave Cameron, who might be a little more mature in a few years' time.
But what Comrade Gonsalves did not say to you is that when the matter came out in India, we already had a team going to India to meet with the teams, and the players were aware of that. He also did not tell you, or is not saying, that Dave Cameron, as president of the WICB, reached out to speak with the players, and they said that they were not interested in speaking to him, that they would speak with Whipper, that the person who they had issues with was Whipper and not him, and therefore if they want to speak to him, they will do so via Whipper.
Yes, that however said, the contention by Dr. Gonsalves is that Mr. Cameron's interaction with the BCCI was sort of offhand and arrogant, I think was what he was suggesting, and that is why the Indians are so angry with the WICB as to pursue that $42 million suit.
Well, I have known Dave Cameron for a while. I've been on the West Indies board for the last 10 years or thereabout, and I met Cameron on the board when I came there. And nobody who would look at Dave Cameron or interface with him will tell you that he's an arrogant fella. Dave Cameron is a very humble person, down to earth, gets involved with people. And in fact, a number of people in high places in the Caribbean have an issue with that. They ask, who is Dave Cameron? He's a young man. He's an ordinary man who doesn't look too high, ride, as Ralph Gonsalves say, with cock cap or high cap or on high horses, something like that. I mean, and you know something, I recall in Trinidad when Prime Minister Gonsalves met with the West Indies board and the players, I spoke to him. I said, comrade, you not seem to be missing a point. The President Dave Cameron is telling you that the West Indies board, on the 4-year cycle that we are on, we have a budget deficit of $13 million. If we are to give the players the money that they're asking for, which is $35,000 per day, then it goes up to $1.75 million per year. Over the 4 years, it's going to work out to $20 million. So I thought, if that is to be done, how are we going to finance the budget deficit of the WICB, increasing from 13 million to 20 million? I said, but Comrade Prime Minister, you know what? The money that is being in contention is IP rights for the players advertising for Digicel when they go out to play. So should we just tell Digicel that we do not want to any sponsorship for the team at all, because it costs us too much money that we do not have? And then he went on to attack Dave Cameron, and he told him he acted like a man with a hard cap on high horse. I said, Comrade Gonsalves, I spoke to you. It wasn't Dave Cameron, it's me who spoke to you. Your friend Nanthan, Comrade Nanthan. It's not Dave. He went on like I was, and I said, Dave, if you all do not give the guys the money that they're asking for, if you all do not do what you're going to do, then I will move from a mediator to an advocate to get rid of you. So he threatened him, right? It wasn't really about working for the best interest of cricket, if you ask me, in my humble opinion.
All right, I'm going to ask you to give us more of your humble opinion after this break. We have to take a short break, but we'll come back with the Vice President of the West Indies Cricket Board in just a moment.